Hey everybody, and welcome back to another installment of the Dark Side series. Excuse my voice, I'm fighting a little congestion, but I am not going to keep you long and I am not going to beat around the bush. Today we will be discovering the dark side of credit card setups. That's right, there's a dark side to those too. But you guys know the drill, so I'll see you in a few seconds.
Welcome back to my dad's channel. If you're new here, make sure to click that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to share.
Chase trifecta, MX trifecta, City trifecta, Capital One duo, aka bifecta, hybridized, superfecta, God trifecta. All of these things have a commonality in that they are multiple credit card setups. Now, when you get into the points and miles game, understand that you're going to hear these words a lot, a whole lot. You are going to be preached to about having a proper setup to optimize your credit cards and so on and so forth. Now, ostensibly on its surface, it actually makes a ton of sense, but you hear all the goods about it, and you might get a little bit of negativity peppered in. But has anyone really taken a measured approach at why credit card setups may not exactly be the thing for everybody? Now, I have to say, and I must recognize this creator, Matt Clausen, who has actually recently done a video where he actually starts talking about it and starts a conversation. And even though I had this video in the works, I'll go ahead and give him the credit for inspiring this video. Because technically he got his out first, so, just want to show a little love. So first things first, one of the biggest things about having a card set up is that you can optimize your spend. But here's an issue. The issue with that being is that when you have card setups that are super popular, that everybody goes on and on about, most of the time the companies know about it and the cards tend to fall into their quote unquote slots in some cases. And in other cases, popularity wins over, even though by effect the card setup kind of doesn't make any sense because it normally results in at least one of the cards barely getting used. Going into that, you need to take a look at overlapping spending categories. If I have one dining card that gives me 3x, I don't need two more that give me 3x. At that point, that's sort of wasted effort. Chase. Also with travel, if I have one card that gives me 5x on my travels, why do I need another one that gives me 3x on my travels, all while successfully costing me almost $1,000? Amex. I'm just the messenger here, but it doesn't make any sense. So overlapping categories are going to be an issue because essentially you are applying for and opening new lines of credit for what you essentially could have done with one. Now, there's never going to be things that are totally perfect. And frankly, out of all of them, I would say that City, with its City Premier and the versatility of the double cash and the custom cash, probably is the best behaved out of the bunch as far as that goes because of all the multipliers on the Premier. In addition to overlapping categories, you can also experience the opposite, which are gaping holes in the setup. There is a setup that is super popular that everybody talks about constantly, and its anchor card is the Chase Sapphire Preferred, so it's the Chase Trifecta, but it notoriously has a hole in the grocery category. Now, mind you, the CSP does give you an online grocery category that, through some genius, you can go ahead and hack. I'll link that up here. But the fact is, it really lacks a pronounced grocery category. All three cards have 3x on dining. It even covers select online streaming. But the fact of the matter is, people tend to eat, and not always at restaurants, if you see where I'm going with this. Now, another thing about having card setups is that you have ease of use, and in most cases, you can get quickly acclimated to credit card ecosystems. But the reason it's very easy to get sucked into those is because a lot of these card systems and issuers understand that people will be getting multiple cards that they issue, and then what they will do is force you to have proprietary bookings through said portal websites and proprietary booking services. And with those, you have to really measure the trade-off of using the proprietary booking site or proprietary issuer portal and hopefully getting an elevated multiplier, but on the other end, most likely losing your status perks that you've worked so hard to gain, or vice versa. So what do you do? Now, mind you, most people aren't going to see this connection with a card setup, but a card setup literally makes you want to go to that website more. If you have the Chase trifecta, chances are you're visiting Chase more than you visit Citi. I don't have the Citi trifecta, so I don't even go on their website. So I can't even tell you what the landing page looks like, and I have over 25 credit cards. Just none of them happen to be Citi cards. So this is what they do to hook you. You have your card system, they have you perusing their site, so why not lock you in to spend money to fuel partnerships that they have? And, in some cases, you got to make a little sacrifice in order to, make some things happen. So the next thing, credit card setups give you simplicity of credit card currency. Yes, this is true. But what happens when you want to transfer your points to a partner that your credit card issuer is not partnered with? In some cases, there are workarounds in some very special cases, but that's not always going to be the case. So if your particular issuer does not have common travel partners that almost everyone else has, there are cases where you can miss out on being able to book that aspirational trip. Now, this is totally for team travel because pretty much everybody has a cashback component. But even with a cashback component, understand that they are not all created equal. So this is where I actually have to put a feather in Chase's cap because with some of their promotions with pay yourself back and so on and so forth, their cash back of their UR points has literally been head and shoulders over Amex and their MR points, which is notoriously low. You can watch countless YouTube videos about people who warn, almost as a first rule, to not cash out your Amex points because you will, and I repeat, you will lose value on them. So card setups are good because, well, everyone's doing them, right? I watch YouTube and, well, Chad, even you have card setups. This is true. But can you manage a card setup? Do you crack under pressure? Understand that when you have these card setups and you are really devoted to making sure said card setup achieves the highest level of optimization, you really gotta be on the ball. You need to know that when you go out to eat, if you have an Amex setup, that the gold card is the card you pull out of your wallet 9.9998 times out of 10. Because even if there's an Amex offer on your other cards that gives you elevated points at specific restaurants, chances are it's not going to get you over the hump of that 4x that the gold is going to give you. So that is something that you have to think about. Also, can you hack the online grocery component of your CSP? Are you able to do so? Does your supermarket chain that you normally shop at allow for you to do that? That is something that you need to think about. Do you spend with a plan? Or do you haphazardly just buy whatever? Do you not budget? Understand, credit card setups are a system. And when you deal in a system, the best way to think and move is systematically. So if that is not the lifestyle you live, I don't know if your inspiration should be what everyone else does because you don't know exactly what the game plans are. So you say to yourself, self, I'm going to get a credit card system regardless of what this guy says because I need this trifecta or whatever other kind of fecta I possibly can get because with each one of these cards, I get another sub. So I'll have multiple sign-up bonuses. There can't be a bad side where that is concerned, but depending on your issuer, again, these issuers have different rules. Depending on your issuer's application rules, in some cases, how long will it take you to achieve that bifecta or trifecta or superfecta? How long will it take you? How many cards can you get approved for within 7 days or within 30 or 90? That's something you want to think about because all of these issuers have different rules. In addition to that, there is a particular issuer, and it starts with an A and ends with the American Express, that has once in a lifetime language on their sign-up bonuses. So how do you know you're getting the best sign-up bonus that you possibly can get? How do you strategize that? You get what I'm saying? You see where I'm going here? So it's not really as easy as just saying, I'll grab all the subs, because unfortunately, if you don't strategize it properly, or if you apply for credit cards too soon, you could end up with needless denials and needless inquiries on your report for absolutely no reason. So that's totally akin to leaving money on the table. And we know how I feel about leaving money on the table. Give me that. So that does it. Like I said, I had no intentions on keeping you guys too long. And don't get me wrong, this is not a full compendium of all the dark side stuff as far as credit card systems and credit card setups are concerned. That's not what this is. You know, everyone has their own experiences. I just want to give you guys a broader view of how sometimes simplicity may overrule what everyone else is doing. You know what I mean? I totally have credit card setups myself. I do have the Chase Inc. Business Trifecta. I do have the the Charles Schwab Amex Trifecta. I have quite a few cards, so I can't avoid having card setups, but I live this life. I am 10 toes down in the points and miles credit game. So that is my specific point of view. But the fact is that we have new people coming in every day, just thirsty and hungry for knowledge. So sometimes you may want to think about what it is that you do instead of listening to people like me, or actually emulating people like me without understanding why we do what it is that we do. So I hope this has been helpful. This is the finger pointing exercise here. You can either watch that one or that one over there. I'll figure out what to put up. Hopefully you like them. And until next time, I'll see you later.